My name is Hager Ismail, and I'm a graduate from Qasr Al Aini Medical School, and I'm a dermatologist, and I went to study Master of Health Administration in the second oldest school in the United States, which is, can I put this? Which is College of William and Mary, and it's more like Hogwarts if you like Harry Potter in the design of the school. Okay. So the main focus of my study was to study the business curricula, like subjects like accounting, marketing, and finance. And I studied the different health system. We, of course, focused on the United States health system, and we tried to compare it to the different health systems across the world. Of course, I was there in a very critical time during the elections, and they were trying to repeal the Obamacare, which was very interesting. And for my project, I didn't have one single big project. I worked on many projects, and we had to perform a lot of industrial case analysis, consultation, and this was not just for the school, but for real clients. My projects were divided into health projects and other industrial health projects. For example, for the non-health projects, we collected data and we tried to analyze it in order to forecast the real demand and sales for the Ford automobile company in the United States for the year 2017. And we worked on renewable energy as well with one of the big consulting companies in Europe, which is called Arcadis. And we conducted economic analysis for many countries, and we had a competition where we were competing for economic analysis, where we analyzed financial and monetary policy for Mexican country, and we were placed second in this competition, by the way. And for the medical projects, we worked, of course, this was very interesting for me because I'm a dermatologist and I was planning to come here and try to implement whatever I'm learning there. So we tried to collect data and try to set recommendation for different medical groups there, and we set recommendation for them by trying to look and search for the demographic areas and the demography of certain places for them to choose new location for their facility and to improve the work process using the Lean Six Sigma tools. And finally, I think it was very successful because they used our project and they are now trying to implement it for real. During the summer, I had the pleasure to work in one of the companies which is responsible for the organ and tissue transplantation for the state of Virginia. I was impressed by the regulations there, the laws regarding the donorship, and the standard operating procedures, and I was reporting directly to the vice president of the company. They have very open culture where you can go to the vice president or even the CEO of the company and speak up your mind and say different ideas, and they will try to listen to you and implement it if possible. Now I'll just highlight some remarks and highlights from my professional experience there and from the school and other places as well. We went to the medical school there, and this is from their unfortunately, this is not just a demo, this is real. In one of the, in the medical school there, they train students how to use robots for surgery, and they try to train them as well to first to practice on demos, as you can see from this picture here below on my right side. Not to go directly and deal with patients. They have first to learn how to speak, and they try to make it as a simulation, as you can see here. Secondly, they have very huge respect to the teamwork, and they advise you and encourage you to speak more and try to be more productive by communicating and say whatever you want. And this was very interesting for me because unfortunately here we don't really learn how to work in a teamwork environment. And finally, in order to be productive, you have to give back and relieve the pressure because academic life there is very challenging, I would say. So you can do some social work or some, for example, a donation. And I would just want to say something about this picture here up on the left, which is called Safe Ride. This is something implemented there to encourage students to stay on campus and study. And even if you spend more time and stay in the early night for 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, you can call these shuttles and they will come to pick you up from the campus and get you back home for free. And this is in combination with the police department there, and it is implemented in many campi all over the US universities, which was very interesting. With this, I conclude my presentation. I do thank you so much, and I want to highlight that I used to live in a place where deers were all over around me. The first one just in front of my house, and this is from the school. So it was very interesting to study while having deers all around me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.